Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Sydney. In today's video, we're going to be testing out the new e.l.f. Cosmetics Camo CC Cream. You guys, it is very rare these days that I buy a product on its launch date, but I did do that with this product. I grabbed this along with this lovely dual-ended brush. This is the Complexion Duo brush. I've been a huge fan of e.l.f. brushes for years and years and years. They really kind of like started my whole brush collection back when I was like 13, 14, 15. And I still have a ton of them in my collection today, but I was particularly interested in this one because I have an obsession with the IT Cosmetics. I want to say this is like the Heavenly Luxe Duo brush or something like this, and I was like, are these twins? Are they not twins? And so I'm going to compare these brushes in this video as well, but I'm also going to apply the Camo CC cream and hopefully do like a 12-hour wear test. I'm really excited to jump into this, so let's hop into this product. Okay, so according to e.l.f., this is a color correcting full coverage CC cream with skin loving ingredients including collagen, peptides, and niacinamide. All of those sound absolutely fantastic. This has an SPF of 30 and I want to say it has like 12 shades. Let me check that really quick. I know it had a pretty good shade range. Like there were a couple different like fair options, light options with like different undertone options, which is what I like to see. Okay, so there's 14 different shade options, which is good. I feel like maybe there could be one or two more, but for CC cream, it can be a little bit more, I don't want to say flexible, but like if the shade match isn't perfect and if this blends out really nicely, it's not too big of a deal, but I do like to see that there are so many options. Okay, so even the bottle looks very reminiscent of the IT Cosmetics CC cream. I'm really hoping that this is going to be a really great cruelty-free alternative. I tried the IT Cosmetics CC cream a couple of years ago. One of my friends had it and I just tried it really quickly. So I've worn it like once, maybe twice, and I liked how it wore, but I wasn't like so blown away that I was willing to purchase it even when I wasn't cruelty free. So I'm really excited to jump into this one. So it does come with a nice little cap and a nice little pump squeezy tube. So that looks like a pretty decent, oh yeah, that's gonna be a good shade match. Maybe just a tad bit yellow, but we can work with that. I'm gonna do, I guess I'm gonna do 3 pumps on the back of my hand. We'll see how much product we actually end up needing. And I'm gonna do this half my face with a sponge and this half my face with the brush. I really do prefer to apply foundations with a sponge just because I feel like it gives me a really natural skin-like finish, but for this video, we'll try it both ways, see which works better. As I do with all foundations, I'm going to start by just kind of like patching it on with my fingers. This is a bit of a thicker consistency. For some reason I thought it would be super thin. Okay, right off the bat I'm feeling like this is definitely gonna have some coverage, and I'm pretty excited about that because my skin is a little bit broken out at the moment. And I have like, just as I do normally, prep my skin with like moisturizer and sunscreen and all that. I haven't really been into using a primer lately. Okay, so there it is, blended on half my face. I don't know, I don't usually put stuff on my forehead because it's pretty evened out already. I mostly just focus on my cheeks. That covered really nicely, you guys. I mean, I'm a little bit more broken out over here than I am over here, but like, wow, I'm pretty darn impressed with that. So I'm just gonna take a little bit on my sponge and do my nose. Again, my nose is somewhere where I don't usually apply a lot of product. My cheeks are my main like coverage concern area. So now on the other side, I'm just gonna take like a finger's worth of product and I'm gonna start to patch it on my skin. Do you guys apply CC creams with your fingers? I've never been. I feel like maybe when I very first got into makeup, I applied like foundation or like a CC cream or BB cream with my fingers, but since then I've always preferred a sponge. So now I'm going to try to use this brush really quickly, I guess, before I blend that out. Let's do a quick comparison of these brushes. So this is the IT Cosmetics brush, and as you can tell, it's much fuller than the e.l.f. brushes. e.l.f. brushes do tend to poof up with time, but that's just something I noticed right off the bat. Both of them are very soft, but the IT Cosmetics one is definitely a little bit softer, but you know, the e.l.f. one's not like uncomfortable. So I'm just going to start by kind of gently stippling the product in. Wow, okay. Usually I immediately hate how any kind of foundation, CC cream, BB cream products look when I apply them with a brush. but that's not half bad. Huh. Okay. Let me zoom you guys in, get all up in my business, so you guys can really see how things are sitting on my skin. This is the side I applied with a sponge. This is the side I applied with a brush. I need a little, my mustache area, I've got a little breakout right there. I'm just gonna go in with my sponge for that because I do find that sponges work better for little breakout areas. I am really impressed with this first layer, you guys. I think I'm actually going to take my brush and I'm just gonna dip into it a little bit and just stipple on where I need a little bit more coverage. I feel like I got too much product there. And then for the sponge side, I'll just patch it on with my finger and then press it in. You guys, I am very impressed at this point. I will say I think I do prefer this side just a little bit in person. I feel like this side, the application just looks just a little bit drier, which I feel like is to be expected with a sponge, or when you use a brush and not a sponge. So I'm gonna hop off camera really quick, apply the rest of my face makeup, and then we will come back to I'll show you what like it looks up close once I put a couple of other products on it, and B, we'll do a little natural light test even though it's like gray outside today. So I'll be back in just a second. Okay, just kidding, you guys. I do want to test this brush out with my favorite cream products. Well, just some of my cream products. I really love all my cream products. But this is truly the way that I love to use my Cosmetics brush. So I really want to see how this brush kind of functions in that manner. So just to keep it simple, I'm just going to test out, or not test out, I'm going to use my Salt New York Creme Tint Pros. Right here, I'm just going in with the light bronzer shade and the contour shade. And I'm just going to start applying that in the hollows of my cheeks. Okay, so far so good with that. I kind of like that this shape is a little bit more pinched. It gives me a little bit more control. Alright, I do like how that applied the bronzer. Let's go in with a little bit of blush. I think this is the peach shade, maybe? Get a little bit of blush on there. I feel like this is not giving me as diffused of an application as the It Cosmetics brush does. Like I said though, I do feel like e.l.f.'s brushes kind of floof out with time, so I'll be interested to see kind of how this one performs in maybe like a couple months after it's been washed. I mean, of course I'm gonna wash it before then, but you guys know what I mean. After it's kind of been broken in. Not totally in love with that application. As I said, I feel like it's just a little bit too concentrated. I mean, like, it's not bad. I can pounce it in with my sponge, no problem, but not my absolute favorite. And then I was gonna do cream highlighter, but I kind of forgot and I set my under eyes, so we'll just do a tiny little bit. I'm gonna use the smaller, more precise end of this brush and just swirl it in my cream highlighter. This is the shade Pearl, and gonna use little buffing motions to apply this to the tops of my cheeks. Not too shabby. It does give a very pinpointed application, but this is a little itty bitty brush. I'm not like upset by that or anything. Alright, now I'm gonna finish off the rest of my face and we'll come back to chat once I put a little bit of powder on my skin, and we'll do a natural light check-in. Alright guys, so the rest of my makeup is done. I'm gonna zoom you in really close once again. You can see my lovely face. I didn't put bronzer on yet, so don't look at my neck. But here's what my skin is looking up really close. I feel like this side looks, a little bit dry. As I said, that's kind of to be expected, at least in my experience, when I apply things with a brush. I'm not really loving how it looks like right here. I've got some breakouts down there, so I kind of wish maybe I would have just used a sponge for like the bottom half of my face. The sponge side is looking pretty good. Again, maybe just a little dry right here. And it doesn't look great right here, but this is just kind of a problem area for me in makeup in general. I do want to hit it with a little bit of setting spray. So I'm going to use my CoverGirl Clean Fresh Setting Spray. I'm just going to do a quick spritz. And then usually I would follow up with a more long wearing setting spray, but I really want to see how this wears on its own without any additional help. So I'm going to hold off on that. Let me just tap this setting spray in a little bit. And we'll see if that helped the dryness on this side of my face. I would say it looks a little bit better. I mean, it's still a little bit dry looking. It's not my favorite at the moment, but I'm really excited to see how this is going to wear the rest of the day. Let's go head on into my living room and see how this looks in natural light. Alright guys, ignore the mess that's behind me. Here's what things are looking like in natural light. I think it looks really, really good. I feel like this color match is really good. I did add a little bit of bronzer to my neck, but I feel like the color match is good. I feel like it looks nice and natural on my skin. It is currently 10:07, so I will be back in a couple of hours to do another check-in. I've got a very full day ahead of me. I have a friend coming over in a little bit. We're gonna have like a cookie baking, Christmas movie watching extravaganza day today. So yeah, I mean, not that I'll like be getting super sweaty, but I'll give this foundation a bit of a wear test. So I will see you guys back in just a little bit. Hi guys. So it is currently 9:38. It has been almost 12 hours since I put this CC cream on. I was gonna do a check-in throughout the day, but it's just been like a crazy day. As I said, I had a friend come over. We baked 3 different kinds of cookies. We made two trips to Kroger. It was a day, and I have some thoughts on the CC cream. I did try to keep a pretty close eye on it as it wore throughout the day so I could give you guys my thoughts, and I have some of them. So let me zoom in so you can see what the CC cream is looking like on my skin now that it's been on for nearly 12 hours. Okay guys, so here's a really, really close up what my skin looks like with the CC cream on. As I said, I did kind of avoid my forehead, so just because I really don't need any coverage there and I didn't feel the need to pile it on just for this video. I feel like it's pretty much worn off my nose, but since I do wear glasses, that's really not abnormal. My main issue with this is this whole area right here. I did have a mask on for a very, very short period of time today, so I'm not sure if that affected the wear too much, but it was like probably less than a half hour in total. It just looks a little bit dry, and you guys know that look. I don't know if this happens to everyone or if it's just me, but I feel like when I have a foundation and it like really wears off, it like little bits of it almost sink into my pores, and like those little bits of the foundation stick around, but like the rest of the foundation is wiped away, and it just looks like not great. Like it's fine from like this far away, but like when you get up close it looks a little funky. And I really, really am not happy with how it's sitting on my chin. I was bad. I did pick up my chin a little bit today. But I just feel like it looks so heavy and dry. I'm almost thinking, you guys, that I need to pair this with a hydrating primer, which is not usually like a huge deal for me, especially with a product like this, like a CC cream. I feel like, I guess this one isn't really advertised as being, well, it says wears a moisturizer and a full coverage foundation depending on your needs. I don't know. I just feel like maybe like this part of my face, I need a little bit of extra moisture when I wear this. I'd be interested to see, maybe tomorrow I'll wear it and I'll kind of layer it up on my forehead, even though I don't really need it, to see how it kind of plays with that more oily side of my skin. I just am not totally sold on this yet, you guys. This is absolutely just a first impression. At this point in the day, I feel like, honestly, the side that I applied it with the sponge with and the side that I applied it with the brush with look exactly the same. I don't feel like there is a huge difference, so I'm excited to keep trying this, but off my first impression, I'm not crazy thrilled. This is only $12, so it is relatively affordable, so if you try it, it's not really a whole lot of skin off your back if you don't love it, but I don't want to wholeheartedly recommend something that I'm not head over heels in love with for you guys. As far as this complexion duo brush goes, I like it. I don't know if I totally love it. It's definitely not a dupe, but it's not going to replace my It Cosmetics brush, at least at this point. Maybe farther down the line, if I like rough it up and fluff it up a little bit, it may eventually replace it. I wish that it was a little bit bigger. I mean, like, if you're gonna use it for foundation, this isn't a bad size, but even like as I was using it for cream bronzer and cream blush, I wish it was just a teeny tiny bit bigger to give a bit more of a diffused application. I felt like things were going on very much like full pigment, and like if I put it there, you can see the stamp of blush or bronzer or whatever. So again, I like this brush. I believe, I want to say this was like $10 or something like that. Again, a really good deal if you guys are in the market for a multitasking brush that maybe you want to use with cream products. I think this is a great option. Also from e.l.f. If you're looking for a cream products brush, I really love the e.l.f. blending brush. This has like a short little chunky handle, and it's kind of like a chubby fan brush. Really love this one for cream bronzer and cream blush. I feel like it gives a bit more, it almost gives you more control, but you almost get a more diffused application. I know that sounds super bizarre, but I feel like that's the experience I have with this one versus this one. As always, I will update you guys either by putting it in the description box in a couple of weeks after I've had a chance to test this out some more, or including it in like a new drugstore makeup roundup, because I did just receive some products from Flower Beauty and PR, but I'll let you know how I'm feeling when we get there. But I think that's gonna wrap up today's video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. I know it's kind of out of the ordinary for my channel to review a new product, but I was just really excited about this one. I hope that you guys are enjoying my little mini vlogmas. I'm hoping to have this video up the day after I film it. Fingers crossed. But I hope that you guys are having a wonderful day. Let me know if you picked up either of these new products, if you've picked up anything else new from e.l.f. recently. I feel like they've released so many new products in 2020, and I would love to know your experience with them. But I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!